Welcome. We're going to talk about something that is literally all around us, but we almost never consider how it's designed. And that's light. Today, we're going to see how the light in our homes, in our offices, is actively shaping our health, for better and sometimes for worse. Okay, let's get right into it. So, have you ever had one of those days? You know the one. You haven't really done much, you've been inside all day, but by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you just feel completely and totally drained. You probably blame yourself, right? But what if the problem isn't you? What if it's the room you're sitting in? The answer to that weird, nagging fatigue, that feeling of just being a little bit off, well, it could be tied to the most basic element of the space you're in. It's not the walls, it's not the furniture, no, it's the light itself. To really get this, we have to totally shift how we think about light. There's this great quote from an architect, Riley Carter, that just nails it. Light is a building material as much as steel, glass, or concrete. See, it's not just a utility to help us see things. It's an active ingredient in our environment, one that's constantly affecting our bodies and our minds. So let's explore how light is this hidden architect of our health. For pretty much all of human history, our bodies were tuned to a really simple rhythm: bright sun up, dark sky down. But our modern indoor lives have completely thrown that natural cycle into chaos. We're living under the wrong kind of light at the wrong times, and believe me, our bodies are feeling it. And this all boils down to one thing: our circadian rhythm. Just think of it like your body's master clock. It's this internal 24-hour cycle that basically tells you when to be alert and when to feel sleepy. And you know what the main key is that winds that clock every single day? It's light. So when we get the light wrong, we mess up the clock. And that's when our sleep, our mood, and our energy levels just go haywire. All right, so how do we fix this mess? Well, we start with the absolute best light source there is: the sun. In architectural design, using natural daylight isn't just about making a space look pretty, it's the absolute gold standard for building a healthy environment. And what's amazing is that this kind of health-first design can start before a single wall even goes up. It's all about which way the building is facing. See, east-facing windows are fantastic. They grab all that energizing, blue-rich morning light that really kickstarts our brain. But on the flip side, you have to be careful with west-facing windows. They need to be shaded because getting blasted with intense light late in the day can seriously confuse your body and make it way harder to fall asleep later. Okay, but what about those rooms that are buried deep inside a building, nowhere near a window? Well, architects have a whole bag of tricks for this. They use things like skylights and high clerestory windows to pull daylight in from above. They install these really clever things called light shelves. They're basically reflective ledges that bounce sunlight off the ceiling and way back into a room. You combine those strategies with light-colored, matte finishes on the walls, and you can get natural light into almost any corner. But of course, the sun doesn't stay up forever. And that brings us to this really crucial moment in design, what's called the evening handoff. This is the point where we switch from natural light to artificial light. And if we mess this up, we can basically undo all the good work of a beautifully daylit space in just a few minutes. To nail this handoff, designers really focus on three main things. First is the spectrum. That's the color of the light. Is it a cool, energizing blue-white or a relaxing, warm amber? Second is intensity. That's just how bright it is. And third, and this is a big one, is timing. The when. When is a certain kind of light actually turned on? So a really well-designed space puts you on what you could call a daily light diet. During the day, you want that cooler, brighter light. Think 3,500 to 5,000 Kelvin to keep you alert and focused. But then, as evening rolls in, the lighting needs to shift. It should get warmer and dimmer to signal to your brain that it's time to start winding down. That's what helps your body produce melatonin, the sleep hormone. And for any light you might need in the middle of the night, it has to be a very dim amber color so it doesn't shock your system awake. Healthy lighting isn't about just blasting a room with brightness from one giant fixture in the ceiling. No, it's about layering. You start with your general or ambient lights so you can see. Then you add task lighting, like a reading lamp, right where you need it. And finally, you can use accent lights to highlight things you love, like a painting. This whole approach gives you control and keeps you from being overlit. Now there's another enemy of good lighting we need to talk about, and that's glare. And listen, glare isn't just a little annoying. It is a legitimate health and comfort problem that good design has to solve. We've all been there, right? That awful reflection on your computer screen or a bare light bulb that's just searing your eyeballs. That's glare. And it really is more than an annoyance. It makes your eyes work way harder than they should, which leads to actual physical symptoms like headaches and eye strain. It creates this constant low-level stress that really wears you down. So how do designers fight glare? Well, they've got tools for that too. They use fixtures that have baffles or louvers to hide the light bulb from your direct line of sight. They're careful not to put a super bright surface right next to a super dark one, which avoids those harsh, uncomfortable contrasts. And they think really carefully about where to put lights so they don't create nasty reflections on glossy floors or screens. And this whole way of thinking doesn't just stop at our front door. These exact same principles of healthy lighting apply to our neighborhoods and our cities too. And that creates a whole new challenge of balancing what the community needs with our health and the health of the environment. When you're lighting up a street or a park, safety is obviously goal number one. But we also have to think about the consequences. Bad outdoor lighting creates light pollution that washes out the night sky, and it can also spill into people's bedroom windows. That's called light trespass, and that messes up their sleep. It's a really delicate balancing act. The solutions, though, are actually pretty simple. Using full cutoff fixtures just means you point the light down where you need it, not up into the sky. Switching to warmer color streetlights drastically cuts down on that disruptive blue light. And smart systems can even dim the lights automatically during those super quiet early morning hours, which saves energy and helps give us back the night. So this all leads to a really profound idea. Every single choice about light, from where you put a window to the kind of bulb you put in a street lamp, is a choice that has a real direct impact on our health. Light can be a powerful tool that either heals us or harms us. And that choice is in the hands of the people who design our world. And that brings us right back to you. I want you to just take a second, look around the room you're in right now. Really look at the light. Is it harsh? Is there glare? Is it a cool, intense blue? Or is it a soft, warm glow? Now that you know what to look for, you can start to see your own world in a completely new light.